How to build a BMX bike. Sponsored by the instructional DVD Ground Rules. Bike's going to straighten out and the handlebars are going to make a T with it. That's halfway through. Let the frame continue to swing around. Put your left foot on the top tube. More info about Ground Rules at mattbmx.com.
Alright, next I like to put on the front wheel, because if you put the back wheel on, the bike might be kind of back heavy and it might have a tendency to flip over while you're working on it. So if we put this front wheel on first, it'll keep the bike real balanced and easy to work on. Now I have some socket pegs here, and I also have something I like to use. It's called a Primo Jewel, and this is, instead of using an axle nut, you can actually just put it right on the end of your socket, and it has threads in there. Super cool. Now I'm going to take a washer, just throw it in there, put my socket in, and just kind of keep moving this around until I get some contact with the axle, and then just start tightening. And I get each side just kind of close. I don't tighten each side down fully yet until I get, both sides pretty close. And I'm just going to do the same on this side as well. Now when I get both pegs pretty close, I just kind of eyeball it and try and get my wheel centered. Make sure it's pretty much centered right down here with the fork. Take the full socket extension and just start tightening this thing down. And I don't tighten each side down fully. I do them a little bit at a time, and that helps keep your wheel centered. Alright, so we got our front wheel on the bike, and now let's put on this back wheel. We are almost ready to ride, so I'm just going to slide this in to the dropout. Now let's take this chain and let's put it on now so it'll hold the back wheel on, so we don't have to worry about the back wheel sliding off. So I'm just going to put the chain around the back sprocket and just kind of, I don't have to put it around the front sprocket yet. Take this master link, slide it through one side of this chain, right through the other side, just like that. Take the plate to the master link right here, put it over the front, and one more piece, and then we're done. It is just the clip, which is right here. Just going to slide this seat clip right over the top, and the chain will be on. Alright, so we want to tighten down our back wheel, and we want our chain to be pretty much as tight as we can get it, because if it's like this, that's not cool. Your cranks are going to be spinning around when you're trying to do tricks. I have something here, it's called a chain tensioner. What it does, it goes around the axle, the back part goes around the back of the dropout, and when you tighten it, it actually pulls the wheel back and puts it in place. So I'm going to put one of these on each side of the bike, and then I'm going to put the pegs on each side. And again, I have my socket pegs. I'm just going to tighten this down. Get it pretty close. Don't tighten it all the way yet, because you still need to tighten those chain tensioners. One side is on. Side two going on right now. All right. And now this right here, you're just going to take this wrench, and you're just going to tighten this bolt back here. Now this is all personal preference. How tight do you like your chain? If you like it real tight like me, you're going to tighten this thing down a lot. Just going to tighten the socket pegs down all the way now that I have my wheel and chain exactly where I want them. There you have it. Back wheel, tight, ready to ride. Alright, we just have a couple of minor adjustments here to make. We're going to put the handlebars kind of where we like them. Remember before, we just kind of eyeballed it, got it close. Let's put them exactly where we're going to want them. And I like my handlebars generally kind of even with the fork, so you can just kind of look at it like this and get it pretty close and tighten it down enough. And then just tighten down all of your stem bolts. I generally like to tighten my stem bolts here, then the opposite one here, then go across to the top, and then do this bottom one. That's kind of the pattern that I like to do, and it gives your handlebars a good solid base there. They'll be strong, they'll never move. Okay, so we got our handlebars where we want them. Now our headset, it's still a little loose. Remember, we just got it kind of close. What we'll do, we'll just tighten down this top bolt right on here. Just grab our wrench, start tightening till we feel, yeah, it's still a little bit loose. Okay, feels pretty close. Now I like to align my wheel. This is a good trick. If you want your handlebars completely straight, what I do, I just flip them around, and now I can eyeball the stem and the frame and the front wheel. It's all in the line. So I want to get that all lined up so it's perfectly even. Okay, it's real close. Now, just take this. We're going to tighten the side bolts of the stem, and that'll pinch everything down against the fork. And that should be pretty much it for the headset. All right, so let's test this headset out. Feels tight, it's not moving, and let's make sure it spins pretty well too. So we're just going to do this and give it a good spin. Looks perfect.